Okay. It took a week. Go ahead and test the audio.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. If there's anyone out there, I show... I don't know if that viewer count thing's working. Test the audio on your iPad and see if you can hear us, I think. Can you hear anything?
Let's see.
Hello,
hello, hello.
A little bit of a delay, maybe. Hopefully we're live.
Uh-oh.
Great, we start right off without being able to hear anything. Ah, there we go. I think, is that... Yep, Crabby. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
There we
there's
go.
my... Yep.
Yep.
Hi, Bob. RJ.
So now that I can turn that down, we're going to do a double.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah. Come on, Don, work the volume controls.
Uh-huh.
Some Larry Lujack you are. No one's going to get that reference.
I'm little Tommy.
No.
Little snot-nosed Tommy.
All right.
This is the height of professionalism.
Yes.
Go.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm joined by Crabby Old Gamer today, who has an Instagram account that I wanted to tell everyone about that he works very hard on.
Thank you.
First, I got to find it because I'm not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
It has nothing to do with gaming.
Yeah, nothing to do with gaming.
So everyone's going to tune out now.
No, it's good. I just got to get it up, and I don't think I'm prepared to log in, but I am. Sometimes I do things right, and we don't want to look at my typical subscriber list. All right, let me just find... Okay. How do I find you in here?
Following.
I don't even know where that is.
Jesus.
Where's the search thing? Oh, here. It's
Good old days.
Good old days.
Media.
Yep. Oh, there it was. Maybe. That's not it. I thought I saw your name up there. Hold on. Right there, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep. Okay, great. How do we get to your actual page?
There you go.
I did it.
Yay.
Okay, we're going to flip over here. There we go. This is Crabby's Instagram account. All right, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're going for here?
Good old days media is pretty much just anything pre-1980.
Okay.
Whether it be movies, music, animation. It's just everything went to hell after 1979. So
That's a very specific year. Why would you pick that year? I found
we don't go into that.
Really? I felt like there were some good 80s movies. Well, early 80s. You got
Unfriend.
Yeah. Well, I mean there were,
No, there's good movies in there's good movies in every decade.
Early in the decade. But then they just got really bad.
But regarding Hollywood, the new Hollywood movement was in the early 70s, so 80s is like a good wave because music changed after like 1982.
Okay.
With the advent of MTV.
Oh, good point.
And then it turned more into marketing and and performance rather than like actual musicians, like the prog movement from the 70s.
Okay.
But anyway, that's my account. Feel free to visit it. I appreciate it. It's just a labor of love.
Yep. And so here's his Instagram. Yeah, because I can feel like in the early 80s, there's like you have your big chills, and then you get in the later 80s, and then you have your mannequins. So that's how I look at that decade. But okay, so
this is why we stopped at 1979.
Yep. So anyway, there's Crabby's account. Definitely go give him a follow on Instagram. You post like a maniac. How many a day would you say you put up there?
At least 4 a day.
Oh, God. Yeah. On my account, I post maybe once a week if that.
Yeah, but you do other things on YouTube and
not X. I don't use X anymore. Okay. All right. Over to the war game. Who we got in the crowd today? We only have 3 viewers.
I'm probably one.
Yeah, and I'm probably another one. So we're probably just
like Bob.
talking to Bob today. We had a lot more last week. But sometimes it takes them a while to realize that I'm doing something. And it is Saturday. Kids and all that stuff.
Bob, type something in chat just so we know you're alive.
Also, Bob, I don't think I've seen you since the ship game.
Yes, his brother put it on.
Yeah. Oh, Mark's here.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. I don't think I've seen Bob since my battleship made a right-hand turn and everyone blew my sails off.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was my extent of doing anything in that game.
For some context, Bob's brother put on a really fun miniatures sailing, fighting sails type game.
Yeah.
And it went predictably.
Yeah, I did my. I got maybe one shot off. Yeah, not my best. Not my best day. Bob, have you ever played Flying Colors by GMT Games? Just wondering.
If I remember correctly, Bob was a Wooden Ships and Iron Man.
Okay.
Iron Man.
I mean, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we could get Bob involved later on one day in a big Flying Colors game.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Was that at someone's business?
That was that was his brother's friends. Like they were.
Oh, okay. That place was awesome.
Yeah. That's the kind of place you need to get when you're a millionaire.
Yes. Yep. WSIM.
Wooden Ships.
Oh, Wooden Ships. Yep. All right. So I figured I'd start with the mail call today. I was waiting to see. We're up to 6.
Yay!
I was waiting to see how many we had visiting. So this week the camera should look better. We have a 4K camera. We have this overhead dealio here. We've got this one, and hopefully y'all can hear us. We got a boom mic going. So yeah, after this show, we probably won't be back for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks probably, because we're going to be doing some Arkham Horror and some non-war game stuff. Plus, I want to try learning more Pacific War. So, what I did want to start off with, if we have more in chat, was: did you play the EFS Borisov? Did we? Oh no, that's wait. No, we did play that. That's what we played last week.
Was that the starting scenario?
Yeah, that's the one we played last week. Yeah, we did play that.
Yes, we did.
We did. Crabby won. I'm ashamed to admit it.
No, we were just figuring out the rules.
We may have done some DRMs wrong, but the result was the same either way. Basically, I got 3 of the 4 victory points, but I dumped everything I had into attack on Borisov on turn 1, and Crabby got the reinforcement. You know, those optional, the die roll for the reinforcement. He got that on turn 1 and moved those tanks right into the town. Didn't break stacking limits, none of that stuff. And I did an all-out attack on it and just failed. And after that, I couldn't recover. So then I decided to go right, and I couldn't get there in time. And I also improperly moved my artillery to not support right, so I kind of screwed up. And then Don just blocked me everywhere.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad learning scenario.
Yeah, it was good.
They were very basics.
Yes.
Good.
So we managed to play that. This week I've got the Typhoon learning. Hopefully my internet's okay. Okay, there. We're back. All right. I watched your videos trying to get to the system. A lot of detail. Very nicely explained. Thank you. Okay.
Looks like we're buffering.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Bob. We should be We should be non-buffering
right.
now.
I think that's because I'm trying to broadcast in 4K, which may not have been the best move. I can kind of fix that, I think.
And you still have subscribers.
Yeah, which is amazing. It did. Okay, that's normal. Yeah. I can bring that down, I guess, the quality. Let's not go that much. Okay, there we go. A little bit of difference there. Okay.
Apparently we're back.
Yeah, so, damn Comcast. Really? Come on, man. I like a gig speed internet. It's like, yeah, so I've got some Typhoon going up this week, so if you want more Eastern Front, stick around. I'll try to explain it as I play. I've been very taken with Pacific War lately, so it's eating up a lot of my time. Okay, what has everyone else been playing? I did want to ask that in chat. I was hoping more would be here, but if you're playing war games, just type what you're playing in chat, just so I can get an idea of what's being played out there. There's not a lot to sample, and there's only like 6 people, I think, so me, it's going to be Pacific War and Eastern Front. Crabby was playing at home. Anything?
Nothing wargaming.
Okay.
No.
But Arkham Horror, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And who else is playing? There we go. Nice. All right. EFS, very popular. Mark, are you doing the full campaign? Sonograph 42, nice.
Oh, look at that. Excellent.
I'm waiting for the reprint of that. My hopes are not... Nice, GD4. Hey, we got some people, all right. Hey. Last 100 yards, cool. John's here, Steve's here. Steve, I talked to you a lot on Facebook, I think. If you're the same person, I believe, yeah. GD42, I do have that on the shelf. Oof.
Oh, you're a better man than I am.
Man, you're really getting into some complicated ones.
Wow.
Oh, scenario 5. Okay, last 100 yards. Yeah, we do need to try that at some point. I wonder if we could just start with the Pacific version.
I don't think it makes any difference.
We'll burn down on West Front. Okay. Well, there's a lot of different games out there. All right, so the video today, I was going to do some Pacific War stuff, but I think we have so much to open that might be it, and then just talk with chat, and if we get some more people in here. What is that abbreviation? I'm not familiar with that one. What is that? I feel like I should know that, but I don't. Maybe. I think, Steve, you saw my video on the Quit Staring at Me, I'll Never Understand You, the Advanced Squad Leader, I think, on my Facebook.
So true.
It sits at the end of my shelf. All right, we'll get rolling with the mail call here. All right. D-Day at Omaha Beach, thank you. All right.
Is that Decision Games?
Is that Decision Games one? That big monster one? I always get those D-Day titles confused because there's that dice throwing game, you know, the solitaire one.
That's D-Day Dice.
D-Day Dice, okay, that's right. Yep, okay, that's the one. That might be the one I'm thinking of, the solo game. Oh, that's the one with all the... Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, yes, that one. Yes. Okay, I know what one. Yeah, I know it, but I know it. Yeah, Decision Games, okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the mail call. It has been I feel sorry for my post lady.
She has muscles now.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have ever sold a game and then purchased it again. I don't know if we got any of those out there. Crabby likes to mock me about this, but so anyway, this is one of them. I actually had this pre-ordered, and then I got it, and then I sold it. So yeah, with the colored dots, that's right. Yep, I know what you're talking about now. So this is just simply, you guys have seen this before. It's the SCS North Africa game. This came in. I don't think I really need to do an opening. I just thought I'd bring it up. And this is Crabby and I are both kind of into North Africa a little bit, so I figured we could play this later. And it's not too complex, so it's not
standard, right?
Yeah, it's not super overwhelming. Now it never snows a little bit, but so anyway, we got this, and then I'm gonna go on to the next one here. I think that I'm gonna show him this one maybe.
Yeah.
You might be interested in this one. So this game. I had the first version of this, and then the new one came out, and I finally got it. So let me see if I can get the shrink off here.
So can you do this multiplayer?
Oh yeah.
Oh good.
Yeah, this game is excellent. The second time I played it was over at Joe's house in Joliet or whatever a long time ago, and we had 6 people playing.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, this is a really good multiplayer game. It's basically Wooden Ships, Iron Men, but it's a little complex. This is the deluxe edition. It has the Ship of the Lion expansion built into it. And this is a whole series. That's funny. This is in here. It comes with a counter tray, so that's kind of cool. I have a feeling this has been sitting on a shelf for 3 years. Okay, so yeah, you've got. It's not the easiest game to learn, but if you got someone that can teach it, it is definitely fun. But it's got a little bit of a learning curve because you have to do tacking and all that stuff with the wind, and It's kind of like that game we played. The kind of saying you have to catch the wind and all that fun stuff. Mike Nagel does this, who recently did a game, Captain C, for a different company. So a little bit of text here, a little bit of a learning curve. This is a game that once you try it, you kind of want to stick with it for a while until you get it down pat. And then there's tons of scenarios in here, including the C3I scenarios are included in there. Overall, the quality's really good, though. They've done a good job of. I like the history, Trafalgar, and all that stuff.
Once we're ready for that, I'll take it to my place because Pablo's right by me.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
And then 3 of us can have at it.
Yeah, again, not an easy learn, but I think the hardest part is dealing with the wind and attacking and that kind of stuff.
We'll start out small.
Yeah, and you can see you're gonna get 3 or 4. Well, actually, up to like 14 to 20 ships per side sometimes. So the more people, the better, because each person can take 2 or 3 ships and work on keeping them in formation and all that fun stuff. Lots of countries in here covered. Of course, your map is not the most exciting map when we get to it. It's just kind of like blue. Yeah. You got your hit markers here. So when I played it, it's, one of my ships, all the sails got caught on fire and the mast burned down. And I had 2 ships that just basically floated off the edge of the map. They couldn't turn or anything, and they just keep drifting. And you can board other ships, and my favorite counters are, you can put your, that's kind of coming back to me now. The commanders can go on the ships and give different, gunnery boosts and stuff like that. And, they can catch on fire, stuff like that. So. But you're going to have some big fleets out there. And the Captain C that I'm playing tomorrow, Dutch ships, There's a lot of countries represented in this. The one I'm playing tomorrow is ship versus ship. So if you guys are interested in this, check out Captain C by Legion Wargames, I think. And the counters are blocks in that game. It's kind of like a block game. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, you're coming from way across the world. All right. That's interesting. Wow. Yeah. You can see there's lots of counters, so let me just kind of cut forward here. You get the shoal counters here. It's kind of neat. Struck full sails. Okay, so here's the big one here is you can do this. The enhanced status sheet. And you'll write the ship. I mean, Bob, some of this should look familiar to you, I think. You'll write the ship on here, and then you can do your hull hits and just fill these in, kind of like Battletech, right?
Captain C is from Legion Wargames.
Legion Wargames, yeah. So if you guys are into that sort of thing, check out that game also. So you'll get one of these rosters here, and you're kind of just fill these in as you get hit. And then your map is... They give you a lot. So your map is just this. Alright. Nothing too exciting there. And then you got a lot of tables and charts and fun stuff here. I think the most confusing thing for me was that besides the wind thing, there was a weird... Yeah, this was a little bit odd, I think. This looks different. I think this has changed from the other version I had. I don't remember having that. Player aids. Collision table. Oh, I remember one thing. This game has a weird... If you're in the same hex, there's a weird pass-through system because it's an ocean hex. There's a weird thing where you can go right past another ship. I think they diagram it. Oh, that's the broadside firing. There was a weird movement thing about passing by another ship. I don't know if anyone's ever played this, but it's very detailed, but it's really fun. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, this is a good deal because it has, that expansion and it comes with all the scenarios. So I think in this case, we were actually discussing this at lunch. It was better to wait for the reprint, I think.
Yes, we're beginning to come of the opinion that you pay a premium for first edition, and then a year and a half later you get an updated version with more counters, more scenarios, probably a mounted board.
Yeah.
And you're paying twice.
Case in point, Stalingrad 42, which is now being reprinted with the expansions included, and then they went in P500, the expansion that just came out. I mean, I guess if you don't want to wait, that's fine, but I'm going to wait for that version because I want to get the expansion for that. Okay. That is number 2 this week. We have more coming. Yeah, you make the pick. Crabby's going to surprise me here. I sold a bunch of Warhammer on eBay and I flipped it for Wargames. Oh, this one you're going to go with. Okay. Everyone knows this game. Skies Above Britain, the solitaire Battle of Britain game with blocks. Another favorite subject of mine since I was young enough to play Battle of Britain on the Commodore 64.
Did it too?
Classic. Lucasfilm games. It's one of the best games ever.
I did mine on the TRS-80.
Oh, nice. Wow. All right, so everyone knows this game. There's lots of playthroughs of this. This just came in. Very high quality. You can, you have a whole squadron, keep track of your pilots, refit your planes, and at first I kind of was like, oh, whatever, it's solitaire, but this is a very deep game, so I am looking forward to getting into this. Tells you how to do your, this is way deep, fuel, all that stuff, so. Despite it being solitaire, it is super detailed. Then you have your dogfighting screens where, they do maneuvers, things like that.
And it's against programmed AI?
Yep.
Card driven or
chart? I think it's charts. I don't think there's cards in this, but I can flip through and check. These are the scenarios here. Oh, chit drawn. Put the markers in a cup and then, yeah. I'm sure you guys probably know about this one already, so. Then the rule book here is not a slouch. So here's your layout. The blocks are, you got, to put your stickers on, the usual thing, and the blocks represent squadrons. According to where it's placed on the board. You have your altitudes, your flights, there's a dogfight cycle. Yeah, so this is pretty in-depth. If you're thinking of getting, this is probably a very good solitaire game to... Oh, they do have cards. Oh, you have advantage cards, like Madness, Scatter, Stay on them, Stay tight, Fingers off, Where are you? Hunt in the Sun. Yeah. There's a lot to this game. Basically, I have enough games to last me like 10 years. If I actually dove into playing all these. Pacific War has eaten up like a week already of my time. And we just played, Crabby and I learned ship-to-ship combat earlier today. And it's really pretty cool, actually. Yeah, so this rule book is very thick. Let's just see. Look at this. Wow, this game is deep. So if you're up to it, here's your pilot experience, fatigue, green, regular, veteran privileges. So it's got a whole campaign in there. I think Nathan at Wise Guy History did a really good playthrough of this. I'm not sure it turned out well for him, though. So yeah,
that's fabulous.
Yeah, it's really cool. Stickers here. Pilot tracking sheet. Pilot roster. Probably have to get that Xerox or put under plexiglass. Your dog. This is the main chart that you go off of.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I have to buy games that are super complicated, but yeah.
And then convince me that they're really not.
Yeah, no, this will be fine.
It's easy. Yeah,
This
no
will be fine.
worries.
We just spent 45 minutes doing one thing in the game today. That
Trying to find a chart.
Yeah, that was funny. We couldn't find the chart, and it was right there in front of us. But that's beside the point. The circle display. Oh, here's more pilot rosters. There we go. And then we have some stuff here. That's cool. Wow, this is pretty. So does anyone have Skies Above the Reich? I guess the sequel to this, but over Germany. I'm assuming the components are just as good. I don't see that being played too much. Squadron display. Then your big board where all the good stuff takes place here. Wow, this is really stellar. It's got
GMT,
contrails and
GMT does not skimp on quality.
yeah. And your blocks. And there's your answer for that.
Excellent.
And dice.
Oh, cool.
Something not even Games Workshop can give you. Any questions out there? Anything at all?
I hope we're still live.
Yeah, I think we are. Hopefully. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone's played this, but woo. I thought I was going to be able to pop this open and start playing in a day. It does not look like that. Yeah. I have the ability to do 3 tables, but I think Pacific War is going to eat up a lot of my time. But if you are interested in Eastern Front, that's the main system I'm looking to play when it comes to East Front stuff. I'm a little bit burned out on OCS. I did find out, kids, that OCS will be coming back with a vengeance on this channel. The Crimea one joins the Third Winter maps. You can join those 2 games together. So I will be taking a look at that for sure. I've already pre-ordered Crimea. Just waiting for it to ship. So at some point I got to relearn. Well, I remember OCS, but not the specifics. Okay, I don't know if that box is going to close there, Crabby, but I'll just... Alright, hit us up with another one that came in this week. So this is about $700 worth of Warhammer sales on eBay. All flipped to Wargames. Oh, this one you're going to do. Okay. Alright, the one that's fascinated me for a while, the CSS system I had folded gap. But I am kind of over the World War III stuff at the moment, so I went with... I've always been curious about the Little Land. This battle kind of fascinates me. So I got this one and one more that you might see in a little bit here. Alright, this is about as live as it gets. I'll let you take the cover off here. Gotta let Crabby get involved here.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, there you go. So this is the CSS system. The same guy did GTS for MMP. Adam Starkweather branched off and kind of took the GTS system and streamlined it a little bit and went to Compass Games for this. And this Little Land here covers the battle, and I'm not even going to try to say the name of the city. I'll just let you guys read that right there. Oh, Little Land? Yeah. I heard that the battle was kind of but I had to look at it because it was either this or like there's a whole bunch in this series. There's like Guam and a whole bunch of stuff, but I heard Guam gets really bogged down on the beaches. So I wanted to try this, and you're going to notice a lot of the same aspects of GTS. So GTS Crabby is the one that we played back when we were upstairs. We played it against the wall. We had that little scenario where I drove the Panzers down the road.
Oh,
and,
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so it was that one. You're going to recognize a lot of the same things, like the line of sight dots, or telling you the terrain in the center of the hex. The counters look kind of the same. Alright. not sure why we're buffering so much. Alright, let me fix the screen real quick. I think we're fitting on the screen. There we go. Okay. Alright. Move the chat box a little bit. Okay. So I had to lower the resolution on the camera. My internet, I have a gig speed, and I don't know why it's freaking out over the streaming, but okay.
It's Comcast.
Yeah, Comcast for you. So anyway, the counters I think look great in this game. You know, individual platoons, leader commanders, and the vehicles look awesome. The rules are pretty well done. I hope it hasn't been compass gamed, but I think it should be fine. Let's see. I tried to learn GTS, Strike, Counter-Strike. Yeah, that's a good starting point too. Of course, like an idiot, I started with Where Eagles Dare. So I had to go right for the most complicated, like.
Shocking.
Yeah. Or not, they got dots in the center, different colors. Self-explanatory. The Assault is, I think, a little bit cleaner than the GTS system. Oh, Barbie Pink Marines, yeah. And I have to get used to the Assault stuff again. But, yeah, chit draw system, Schnapps vodka, so I figured, you know, I would check this one out. And then here's your scenarios, and there's what he's talking about. Oh, Anvil of Fate? Yeah. I might have something for you there on that. Yeah, interesting color choice here. Not sure why they went with that. It's kind of weird. Again? Oh, there we go. Now it should be. I don't know why it's doing that. Again? Oh, there we go. Now it should be. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll have to look into that and see what's up with my internet. I do like the map. The map is very nice. Nice big hexes. Trees look great. So, I don't know when I'm going to get around to these. I have to be kind of in the mood for the scale. I probably don't have to open the next one. We could bring the box out and at least show them. So I want to get back into this system, not so much GTS. Yeah. And there's more. So hopefully the camera looks good. I had to go down the normal one. Here you go. Hey, look at that. Anvil of Fate. So this is from the recommendation of Hex to Hex was saying, hey, you gotta get this one. So I got this. Maybe one day I'll get Fold a Gap again, but I just wasn't feeling the Modern War stuff. Plus a friend of mine has it. I think Dave's got it, Fold a Gap.
And we've got those lock and load ones.
Yeah, we got the Lock and Load, Storming the Gap, Gap of a Gap, Gap. Yeah. Yeah, so this, again, quality maps, excellent looking counters, interesting subject matter. Yeah, looks really good. Southern France. But I do love the counters in this system. They do a really good job with these. I can flip this around. And I turned off autofocus, so I'm going to hold these a little bit out here. But they're nice and big. The hexes are big. I'm having trouble lately seeing that. Alright, so we have these two CSS games. Next tile is in Germany is the 80s battles. Yeah. Oh, they are? Okay. So it's going to be Fold a Gap and another one probably. Alright. I guess I got to get used to it then. Okay, next, speaking of...
Last but not least.
Yep, last but not least. Speaking of World War III, less than 60 miles, Thin Red Line Games. speaking of the folded gap, another reason I didn't get the CSS version is because I got this one. This came all the way from France. It was one of their last copies in a warehouse. And I haven't looked too much at this yet, so I'm going to let you unpack this one.
Well, anybody who knows anything about Thin Red Line Games is
Not
the
the Terrence
website.
Malick movie.
It's the website you go to where you can't order anything. They have some
That is so true.
very huge World War III games.
Yeah.
That all tie.
Yep.
Like the Eastern Front series.
Yeah.
One game covers this area, another one covers the next area. So this, there we go. I don't even know what the heck we're looking at here.
Mostly combat charts, I think.
Yeah.
Which I found interesting. This is like a flip chart. I've never really seen that before.
I'm very curious because I've always wanted to see these games in person, and this was one of the ones, like Jason or like Hudson said, is one of the ones that's in stock. The other ones sell for outrageous prices.
Yeah, there's the operational games, and then there's these zoomed-in tactical games. I think the operational games are like $1,200 or something. You said you found one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over at our friends at Noble Knight.
No, Noble.
Yeah, Noble Ream. So the components are very nice. I did take a look at the rules the other day, and not bad at all.
Yeah, I like this.
Components seem nice.
I like that. So yeah, another folded gap title. A lot like the CSS series, but a little bit. It reminds me of that computer game. You guys know the computer game, the World War III one that goes in turn sequences. Shoot, I forgot the name of it. Someone out there's got to know it. It's on Steam. That's pretty much what this reminds me of. And I don't think the rules. This is it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rules are not, at
too
least for
bad.
this game, aren't outrageous.
Then you have scenario and designer notes.
Looks like there's a card component.
Yep. The map is nice. Map looks really good. A little bit busy, but there is a lot of terrain in that region, so.
Nice.
Yeah, Thin Red Line games. Then we get to the counters. I don't know if you get those out. Yeah, here we go. Status counters. Let's see if we can get to the. Oh, interesting. Yeah, enough. It's got nuke counters. Mine bridge, division defense, battalion defend. Let's see if we can get a look at the unit counters. I'll keep those out there, probably about out there. You can tell I had to turn the quality of the camera down, which is kind of a bummer.
You should get on Comcast tech support. They'll help you.
Oh, yeah,
They'll
I'm
help you right out.
Comcast tech support is always eager to help you in your time of need. So yeah, the counters they're nice, simple to read, not a lot,
Yes.
not overly.
All right, the components are
Yeah.
actually better than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
Not bad. We'll get this to the table, what, next week?
Yeah, sure. I'd say a few months probably. I don't know. Christmas time.
You're right.
Yeah. All right, so that is less than 60 miles. Is that our last one today?
Yep.
Okay. Oops. Less than 60 miles, Thin Red Line games. Okay.
Not
Oh,
bad.
those. Don't forget those.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. Now, I know Big Board Gaming plays a lot of the operational games. He's got that northern front one and shit.
Oh, oil, something
Yeah,
oil.
yeah, the oil one. Yeah, those look crazy. All right, that's pretty much all I've got for opening. That was it. So, anyone
I think
have?
that was enough.
Yeah. Anyone have any questions out there? We've been live for almost an hour, so we wanted to go about an hour and then Yeah. Anyone have any questions? We're currently working on... Oh, this is what we worked on today. Well, Pacific War. So we did... let me move that right about there. We practiced the ship-to-ship combat, and I only scored 1 hit here. And I had 2 hits on the Fletcher. No hits on the Indiana. The Fubuki had a hit, and the Nagato was down here. So we're noticing the subtleties of this system. You bid on ranges, which is really cool.
Ranges are tying into in your ships. Sometimes they can shoot torpedoes at short range, other times at long range, or not at medium. So there's a give and take on bidding to try to get to range.
Yeah. So you'll bid, and then you'll compare it on this table over. Each player will bid, and you match them up, and then you see what the new range is, and then when you change ranges, it'll change the strength of your guns from long, medium, short here. And there's torpedoes, which we noticed Crabby's destroyer here had torpedoes that can shoot at medium and short. My torpedoes can only shoot at short.
So in the second round, I made sure to stay at medium, so he couldn't.
Right.
He couldn't get
fire
in the short range and use his. So there's a little bit of a cat and mouse game going on a little bit.
It's kind of neat. And then you'll start with 4 ships in here. And then each phase, there's 4 phases, I believe. And then each phase you bring in 4 more. So as the naval battle goes on, more and more ships get sucked into the combat. It's pretty sweet. And you'll put hits on each other. And your amount of hits you can take are down here. So you can take 6. And then the battleships can take... He can take 7, but he can also be crippled. So you kind of go back and forth. I think it's 4 phases of the naval combat. And I found it pretty fascinating because his torpedoes were... So I would want to kind of get into short range. Or, no, I want to stay medium for now.
Unless you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
and the Japanese can fire their torpedoes twice in a round, or in a
what is it?
In an engagement,
operation,
in an operation, but the Americans only once.
Yeah, which is interesting too. So we finally figured out how to do this. We were trying to, the battle starts depending on the time of day and the water, or the lighting in the water, right? And it says that'll determine what range you start at, and we're looking all over for the range determination table, and it's right here. So
now that it's marked up, now that it's marked up in green,
so I've marked it up nice and green, so that the resale value is awful, but that's okay. So here it is. If you're in open water and it's daytime, you're going to start at long range. At nighttime, you're going to be medium, which makes sense because you kind of bump into each other in the dark and you're closer when it happens. And then each time you'll bid, and you'll put your bids up here and flip them, and then that's when you reference this, and then that changes what guns you're going to be using.
And what strength.
Yeah, and what strength. Yep, and then you can bid W to withdraw and try to get out of the combat. But the whole thing's really fascinating. Again, this is just one hex on the map.
One task force.
Yeah, one task force.
If you've spotted the other guy.
If you've spotted them, you need to detect each other first. If not, you can get surprise. And
during the detection, sometimes the person's task force who's been detected only has to tell you up to 50% of their force. So obviously you have to be honest, but that does put a fog of war in when you get to this part of the actual battle. You're not sure how much else they've got.
Yeah, which is really cool. So, like, I could detect only part of Crabby's force, and he could be like, it'll say he has to reveal 50%. But
so I might reveal, a few destroyers and a couple of things and put 4 down.
Yeah.
And then the next time, in the next round, put in 3 battleships.
Yeah, and I could be like, oh, God. So, yeah, it's really neat. We just have to figure out the battle sequences I'm getting down. I don't know if you guys saw my airstrike video. The combat stuff I'm getting down, it's all the
everything else.
The turn sequence, the movement, and I got to do the bidding. And I know Mark kind of rips on people that don't get it, but I still find this whole cycle thing a little bit confusing. I know it goes every 7 days, and you have to do an operation scale time period, but I've got to learn this. I think this is going to be the hardest part. Figuring out the time cycle, I think, is going to be the hardest part. But the combat, if you, I could spend hours just messing with this and trying out different ships, and then trying it with surprise. I think it's really cool, though. So we did this today, and we got to move on and check some other stuff later. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's almost 3. Okay. All right. Does anyone have any questions about or wanted to see any other games, or wondering what I'm doing next on the channel? Just checking here before we clock out.
You can always leave it in the comments.
Yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments if you want to see something. I know we got some Eastern Front fans out there. So during the week, I'll be doing that little typhoon scenario. We did Borisov, you and I did. Mm-hmm. And then later we might be doing a bigger Eastern Front scenario. But I kind of had fun learning Pacific War with another live person today. So I might have to kind of look into that. All right. I've got nothing else. I was going to make the show a little bit longer, but we didn't get quite the turnout today, so I don't want to keep it too long. But does anyone else have any new games that they got that they're waiting for? I think I have. Third winner I got again.
And Empire of the Sun.
Empire of the Sun came in, yeah. So I do
fourth edition.
Yeah, 4th edition. All right, third printing. It's got a weird number on it. Anyway, so I will be trying to compare the 2 Pacific games, but that's a little bit too much. So I had Empire of the Sun a long time ago, and I was like, "Oh, Pacific War, you ordered or you have it coming in?" Brazen Chair. Oh man, I forgot about BCS.
Fun.
The only BCS I have right now is Panzer's Last Stand. I have to get back into that series. That's one you might want to take a look at with me. Okay. It's not as... It's coming, okay. Yeah, it's not as... BCS is more about command and control than... I don't know how to explain it. Than like supply and stuff like that. BCS is more of a command and control type...
supplies factored in.
Yeah. It's just they have like a supply. What do you guys call it? Supply trains. Yeah, they have like a supply train, and you have to keep it kind of caught up with your forces. And it's not like OCS where you have to pay by bullets and stuff like that. It's a different. It kind of flipped wargaming on its head when it debuted a while back. It's definitely different.
Ooh.
So. All right.
Well, Steve, you let us know how Pacific War.
Yeah, Steve, post on or tag me on Facebook if you get playing that, because I want to see how you approach Pacific War. Some people will get it, and I'm just a little dense. So
no, I think you're doing a good job so
I think
far.
This is weird, but all right. So check out my videos if you could. Like, subscribe. I got some stuff going up. Last week, I think 3 videos. And then this one will go up once it converts or does whatever it does up in Digital World. And then, let's see, reserving the next 6 months of my life for Pacific War. Pretty much. I mean,
is that enough?
You could spend a lot of time on it, yeah.
Steve, do you have players or do you play at solitaire?
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting question. Because it's not too friendly solitaire, but I guess you could pull it off. I'm thinking of just doing everything random, but...
I mean, do you play it with friends on Vassal or Tabletop Simulator, or do you have a local group?
Oh, both, okay. Do they know the game already? Because that'd be kind of nice. If someone can sit down and go, here's how it works.
Hey, here's how this wheelie thing works.
I've checked out the teach and play videos, but it's more of Mark Herman just telling them what to do. I don't know. I gotta watch him again just to see. I gotta just to see if they really kind of explain stuff. It goes kind of fast, and it's more Mark just saying, "Well, just do this, and this is what you want to do." Yeah. Oh, You're gonna do the introducing. Okay. So there you go. All right. I'm also thinking of getting Death Ride Kursk by Grognard Simulations. I really want to check that series out. So I'm gonna have to sell a lot more stuff on eBay, but we'll see. Next weekend is Arkham Horror. Yep, Crabby's hosting that one. So I guess my videos this week will be Pacific War and East Front. Every 2 days, maybe every 3 days, depending on how work goes. So, all right, folks, I think we're gonna sign off here and discuss Pacific War some more.
Of course.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for showing up, and then just let me know in the comments if you get any ideas or something for you want to see in the future.
Take it easy.
Yep, and don't forget about Crabby's Instagram page.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye, folks.
All right. Bye.